Hi everybody, this is our week 6 pitch and sight reading uh, video series for St. Andrew's Choir. I'm going to try to keep this short. We're going to talk a little bit about pitch and solfege and how to approach speaking, the speaking part of music, and then we're going to look at the writing part with some music with Samuel Wesley's Lead Us Lord. So we got a drone here. So hopefully you know about the daily voice practices that I'm doing on YouTube. This is a really great way to practice learning to speak and sing and eventually write and read. Do those if you can. And you can, as you're doing them, you can start just by repeating after me as we do the call and response, but you might also really try to connect your mind at the beginning until it becomes second nature with, as you're singing each pitch, what is the number? Really focus on getting really good at that, being able to identify that's 1, that's 3, 2, 7, until they become like family members, like you know them really well. So we're going to practice a little bit with that. So let's just start together. I'm going to use my fingers and let's sing the numbers, hear the piano, and so listen to the piano, listen to the drone, listen to your voice, listen to how they connect, and then relax into that space and do it and enjoy it and notice what you're doing and connect it with the number. Let's go up to 2. 3. 'So, I just thought of something here. So as you sing these pitches, you have to find, one of the key points is to find where the pitch locks in. This is how you're going to really get to know it, and it's going to start to mean something to you. At the beginning, it can just feel like you're guessing. You don't really know. Somebody tells you that's 3, you try to sing it. You don't really know what you're doing. That's fine. That's the beginning. We all go through that. Slowly, as you develop a relationship with it, you should try to, and as you get more comfortable with your voice and can keep it more steady, you can find exactly where this 3 is, where this major third is. There's a place where it just locks in and feels really good. And you might be a little bit above or below it. It still sound more or less like a 3, but it won't feel as good. You know, it's either a little bit above or a little bit below. Keep working on, as you sing these, work on getting right in the middle. And it's a constant thing. It's not like you get it and then you're done. We're always, 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 every millisecond trying to get and stay right there. Let's keep going. Let's try 7 below 1. So this one feels kind of dissonant, can be a little tricky, but let's see if we can get it. And 6. And 5 below 1. So watch the videos if you can to keep practicing that with me. And let me just remind you of this exercise, and let's do it together, which can be really helpful as we go 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4, 1, 5, 6, 1, 7, 1, 1. So you go up the scale, but you keep coming back to 1 to really help. And if you don't have a drone at home, like I'm playing with the piano or I do with the Shruti box, you're basically creating the drone by keeping going back to 1. Everything relates to 1. 1's the most important. That's why this exercise works so well. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4, 1, 5, 1, 6, 1, 7, 1, 1. Now we start at the top and we do the same thing coming down. 1, 7, 1, 6, 1, 5, 1, 4, 1, 3, 1, 2, 1, 1. Now let's try the same thing but on ah. And as you sing ah, try to make it nice and smooth and easy and fun, and try to think about the numbers even though you're not saying them. We're not really worried about making it sound beautiful right now. We're just worried about getting the pitch. So don't worry about if your voice cracks or anything like that. No big deal. Good. Okay, I want to keep going. We're going to look at Wesley's Lead Me Lord. So I think maybe we looked a little bit at the first half. Last time we're going to look at the second half. I'm going to go ahead and go to my screen capture. There we go. I found a different version of it that's a little bit easier to see the whole thing on the screen. I think last time it was in the key of F with 1 flat. If you look over here to the left, there's 2 sharps. That means we're in the key of D. That's something that you can slowly learn what it means when you have 2 sharps or 2 flats or 3 flats or 5 flats, what the key is. But basically all you need to know is what it means and then what it tells you what 1 is. So 2 sharps is the key of D, which means D is 1. So if you look at the alto line where it says S and then there's an A and there's a TB, S means soprano, A means alto, T and B mean tenor and bass. The alto line, that note right there, 4, it's a half note, and it's D. So that's 1. So we can look at this and we can slowly go through this middle line, this alto line, and talk through the numbers. So we have 1, then the next note, it's 1 down from 1, which is 7. So 1, 7, 1 again, 1 again, 1 again. Alto lines can sometimes be very simple in this way. So continuing on, thou Lord, 1, Lord is 1, own and only is 1, the Lee is 7, and now we go from 7 to 2. That is 2, and makes is 3. So we just have a line here of 1s, 7, 2, and 3 so far. Let's just sing that much. We're going to sing it on the numbers. 1, 7, 1, 1, 1. 1, 1, 1, 7, 2, 3. Then continuing on, in that alto line, we have me, which is 3, and then we hop down here to dwell, the middle line, and we stay on 3 again, and then the next one is 1, 1, 7, 1. So pretty easy. 3, 3, 3, 1, 1, 7, 1. So you start to notice, if you've never done any sight reading before, the way that your mind will start to make sense of this is that you've got a note is either on a line or it's in between the lines and spaces we call them. So you'll start to notice if you go from a line to a space, it means you're just moving by 1, either from 1 to 7, 1 to 2, 2 to 3, or 2 to 1. And if it goes from space to space or line to line, that means you're skipping. So you're going to just think in terms of 2, 1 to 3, 2 to 4, like this. So your eye will start to naturally make these conclusions, but you can, even at the beginning as you're learning, you can start to see, like if you look at the alto line, the only that makes, from Lee to that you go from line to line. So it's going to be a skip, 7 to 2. Great. Okay, let's look at the soprano line, and we'll practice the same thing. This one moves around a little bit more. So for it is thou, Lord. So the sopranos start on A. So if you start on D, which is 1, we go D, E, F, G, A. We find ourselves at 5. D is 1, E is 2, F is 3, G is 4, A is 5. So let's slowly go through the numbers here. 5, 4, 3. Now the next note, it's a big skip. It goes from a space to a line. So it's not going to be, it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. Skip a 4. So counting up from 3, we go 4, 5, 6, 7. So 5 at the beginning, 4, 4 it, 3 is, 6 thou, 5 Lord, and then a rest. And then 5, and look at these, you get 3 skips all on spaces. 5, 3, 1. And then here's another one, 4, a skip up 4 like we did before from space to line. Lord, 1, 4, only 3, 2, that, 2, and now back to the same note at the beginning. 5, 6, 7, 1, and now a really big skip down to 2, 1, 2. It doesn't happen a lot in singing, but it does happen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1. So we try to sing that whole thing with the numbers. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 6, 5, 5, 3, 1, 4, 3, 2, 2, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1. And that's the second half of the piece. We learn the soprano and the alto line. I think, time-wise, that's probably all we have. Let me go back to my bass. So you can, if that was all pretty quick to you, which if you're new it might be, just rewind it and practice it so you're able to kind of see, as best you can, don't spend too much time, but spend a little bit of time. See if you can see D is 1 and the C is 7 and the E is 2, and start to train your mind to connect these solfege pitches. So the numbers, first, if you're just practicing reading, just the number with the note. So that as you see the note, you think the number. And then the next step is to connect, see the note, think the number, and sing the number. 1, 7, 1, whatever it is. And that's it. That's all you have to do to sight read music. So as you learn solfege, and you keep getting better and more able to know, if here's 1, 4, you know right where 4 is, it's going to, that's the main thing. And then the better you get at that, and the more familiar you are with looking at scores, all it is a matter of translation. So thank you very much. I hope that was a little bit of help. Check out our other videos, and please join me for daily voice practice, where we are really working on solfege and using our voice every day so that we're singing in a beautiful, easy, and free way. And we'll see you next week.